All right, with the sixth pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select.
This is fun. And the Giants now are not at all too beat up about Malik Neighbors falling because, the second best wide receiver just happens to be Marvin Harrison Jr. They would have liked to have Malik Neighbors. And I think at this point, the fit with Malik Neighbors is more seeable because especially losing Saquon Barkley, that offense almost has nothing that scares a defense. And Malik Neighbors and what Daboll could do with him and his explosiveness, it makes me salivatate a little bit more. I just, as an offensive guy, I just get a little bit more interested with Daboll and Malik Neighbors. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is a bona fide one in this league, and then it comes down to that battle for the Giants. You still have Joe Alt on the board. You can get an offensive tackle. They have Thomas still. So, you get a tackle. You have your tackle solidified for a long time. Or you get Marvin Harrison Jr. You pair a quarterback that is possibly overpaid, a little underskilled for what he was paid for and what's expected from him. And you now give him a wide receiver by any rookie standards will be underpaid. And maybe you find something that works in that offense. I like the wide receivers for the Giants as 2s and 3s. If you get that one, what does this offense become? I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is a great fit.
With the seventh pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select.
Offensive line, Joe Alt from Notre Dame, 6'9". The man's a beast, and one of those kind of plug-and-play guys you just don't feel like has any chance for a bust. And, of course, there always is. Some of these guys just, maybe it's the footwork, maybe it's injuries. Usually injuries get the guys that are kind of this level. But Joe Alt is one of those guys, and we're going to knock on wood here, that just could be a 10, 15-year guy. And the Tennessee Titans need that right now. It's a fantastic no-brainer pick at that number 7 slot. And you just lost Bill Callahan, possibly one of the greatest offensive linemen coaches there are. So have a no-brainer, solidify that O-line, then focus elsewhere later in the draft. I think this is a perfect spot for Joe Alt at number 7.
With the 8th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.
There it is.
The Atlanta Falcons select.
They select, and this is fun, defensive tackle Byron Murphy, Texas. And I know you're thinking, come on, this is like the third surprise and 9 picks. Like, what are you doing? But I don't think this is too much of a surprise. The Falcons have their quarterback, and now they got to get players to get opposing quarterbacks. The Falcons appear like they have very little in pass rush capability on the roster, and new head coach Raheem Morris has benefited greatly from the Hall of Fame interior rush of recently retired Aaron Donald with the Rams and 2 times Pro Bowler Gerald McCoy with the Buccaneers before that. I wanted really badly to pair Rome Odunze and Kirk Cousins, and I think that there are going to be a lot of members in that Falcons organization that want to do the exact same thing. It's tantalizing. It does make you salivatate a little bit. I'm going to stop using that word now. I don't know why that became the special word of the day. It's not exactly what I thought it would be, but yeah, I think you've got to consider Rome Odunze here, but Byron Murphy causes such a wrecking presence inside. There's only a few of these guys in the draft. There won't be any by the time the second round comes, and I think that's got to be Raheem Morris's first thing is to stop the run, get Byron Murphy. He does that. He also creates the pass rush.
All right. With the 9th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select.
I'll be honest, I think this is a big trade down spot. The Chicago Bears only have 4 draft picks in this entire draft. And so having that one pick, getting exactly who you want, you should consider trading down at this position. If not, we're just going to say for this meeting, they're not trading down. I think at this point, you have no qualms taking the best defensive end on the board and saying, we'll wait now until pick 75 or whenever to pick next. So I guess they get to take a long break off. That front office might be lazy. Maybe they're just thinking like we can get a whole 3.5 hours out, come in late, get an early breakfast and a good lunch. No, I'm just kidding. Dallas Turner from Alabama. I think one of the most unquestioned pass rushers. The other ones, I do have questions for each one, but Dallas Turner is going to be the last, and we're gonna have this conversation a lot. The last defensive end coming out of a Nick Saban led program. I think that means something to somebody. Dallas Turner, Alabama, Chicago Bears. Fantastic pick, by the way.
With the 10th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select.
They've got to select somebody on the offensive line, right? Yeah, they do. No more surprises here. I've got offensive tackle Olu Fashanu, Penn State. Now, I like this move because Fashanu's a guy that is a little bit of a project, but the Jets need help everywhere. So the possibility to stick him at guard is there for a talent like Olu Fashanu. But to be honest, the Jets have made some moves a little bit on their offensive line. Not enough to go away from it in this first round, especially with the talent that's here versus the talent they'll see later on in this draft. You must go offensive tackle. Olu Fashanu fits somewhere, I feel, on that Jets offensive line. It's up to the Jets to figure out where.